Good morning. The last lecture of third unit, linear diode detector or demodulator for amplitude modulation. Linear diode demodulator or detector for amplitude modulation. We need few figures. Let me draw these figures. last article, linear diode demodulator or detector for amplitude modulation. We know that amplitude modulated wave has three frequency terms: original carrier voltage term, lower sideband term, upper sideband term. Out of these three terms, the information is contained in lower sideband term and in upper sideband term, and therefore to extract the information, to recover the information from the lower sideband or from the upper sideband, we need a circuit. The circuit which extracts, the circuit which recovers the information from lower sideband or upper sideband is known as the amplitude demodulator or amplitude detector. So this is the last article for linear diode demodulator or detector for amplitude modulation. This is a simple rectifier circuit. Figure 1. Figure 2 gives the current pulses for certain interval through the forward biased diode D. This is the amplitude modulated voltage. This amplitude modulated voltage is given to linear diode detector. For this cycle, for this portion, the linear diode detector will be reverse biased. So this portion will be completely cut off. For this portion, the diode is in forward biased and output is produced this way. This is corresponding to original modulating voltage, and the inner frequencies are corresponding to, the inner waves are corresponding to the carrier frequency. This is a tuned circuit. Through this tuned circuit, this amplitude modulated voltage is given to the rectifier. This voltage will appear across this capacitor. Let us call this voltage as Vi. Whenever anode of this diode is positive, then only it will be in forward biased and it can conduct current from minus theta 1 to theta 1. Whenever it goes positive, for all positive cycles, this diode will be in forward biased and it will conduct the current whenever the anode goes positive. When it conducts, output voltage is produced here. This output voltage VO biases the transistor. Now voltage coming here should be more than VO. Then only the diode will be in forward biased and it can conduct and supply this portion at the output. After this, here we have a circuit, resistance R, capacitor C1. The values of C1 and R selected such that values of resistance R and capacitor C1, it will act as a time circuit, and these values are selected such that what is output of this diode? Output of diode will be pulsating DC output. So what will happen? It will charge the capacitor C1 through resistance R. Values of R and C1 are selected such that the charging time of C1 will be very large as compared to time period of carrier waveform and small as compared to the modulating waveform. So what will happen? The carrier voltage, the waveform due to the carrier frequencies This will be simply bypassed by the capacitor C1 to the ground. As these are very high frequencies, for high frequencies XC, the reactance of the capacitor will be very small. This omega is omega C. The frequency inside this envelope, the modulating voltage, it is very large, and therefore the reactance of this capacitor C1 is very small. So the carrier will be simply bypassed by capacitor C1 to the ground, and it charges for the positive half cycles. It charges whenever this diode conducts. Diode conducts only for positive portions. For negative portions, diode will not be conducting. When diode is not conducting, capacitor C1 start discharging through R. This discharge time will be again very small, very large as compared to carrier frequencies, and large as compared to modulating frequency, and therefore carrier frequency coming here will be simply bypassed to ground by this capacitor C. This capacitor C acts as the separator. It isolates the carrier frequency and modulating frequency. Carrier frequency is simply bypassed to the ground as it is very high. The charging and discharging of C1 through R will take place at the rate of the modulating frequency. So this is continued. This capacitor also allows the modulating voltage to pass to the output, and here we will get demodulated output. This output is demodulated output. This demodulated output may be audio information or video information. This is the theoretical description. This is the theoretical description of linear diode demodulator or detector for amplitude modulation. Now let us go for the mathematical analysis which will provide us the modulating voltage at the output of demodulator, and the carrier frequency will simply be bypassed to the ground. For that, let me write the voltage Vd coming across the diode biased by voltage Vo, and that is expression for the voltage across diode is written as Vd is equal to Ec into, in the bracket, 1 plus Ma cos omega mt into cos omega Ct minus Vo. This may further be written as E dash into cos omega Ct minus Vo, equation number 2, where E dash is equal to EC into 1 plus MA cos omega t. Let us find the diode current, average diode current per cycle. Current is flowing for positive half cycle only, for which the diode is forward bias. For negative half cycles, the diode will be reverse bias, it will not be conducting the current. And therefore, the diode current of the linear diode detector will be simply E dash divided by pi RD. This RD is resistance of the diode in forward biased into current flows from minus theta 1 to plus theta 1, and therefore let me write the current this way. ID is equal to E dash divided by pi RD into sin theta 1 minus Vo by E dash theta 1. The output voltage Vo will be equal to ID into R, that is equal to E dash R divided by pi RD into sin theta 1 minus theta 1 cos theta 1, equation number 3, where we can consider Vo by E dash, it is constant, as cos theta 1. Equation 3 may further be written as, let me consider some constant K is equal to R divided by pi RD into sin theta 1 minus theta 1 cos theta 1. With equation 4, equation 3 can be written as Vo is equal to E dash K E dash, or this is for the K into EC into 1 plus MA cos omega MT. Why we have not considered this term? This is simply going to the ground, it is not coming at the output side. When video or audio information is obtained, it is not coming there, it is simply bypassed by the capacitor C1 to the ground. And so this is for the K into AC plus EM cos omega MT, equation number 5. KEC, K is proportionality constant. EC is amplitude of the carrier voltage. It is now DC component. The capacitor at the output, capacitor C, does not allow this DC component to come at the output. Only EM cos omega t is allowed to flow, is allowed to pass through the capacitor C. And what is this? This is the original modulating voltage which is having the audio or video information. So at the output we are only having the modulating voltage. This way the linear diode detector or demodulator can be used to recover, to extract the original audio or video information from the amplitude modulated voltage. To have wide frequency response, there will be wide frequency response if we have wide bandwidth. To have wide bandwidth, the resistance R or resistive load on the diode should be large. If resistive load on the diode is large, the Q factor of the tuned circuit at the input of diode will decrease, but it will increase the bandwidth at the output. To increase this bandwidth, value of R selected is large. It is selected in the range of 0.25 mega ohm to 2 mega ohm. To have large bandwidth at the output side, so that all the audio information, all the video information can be easily recovered, we need heavy load, heavy resistive load. To have this heavy resistive load, the value of R selected is large. It is about 0.25 mega ohm to 2 mega ohm. This is about the last article of third unit, modulation and demodulation. So this is brief idea about the last article, linear diode detector or demodulator. Here we complete the third unit. Hope you got it. Thank you.